Jay, are you hearing anything? Can everyone hear me? Okay, perfect. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining our first round of the EWC Southeast Asia Social Impact Regional Finals. My name is Kuntop. I work for an organization called Gobi Partners. We're a Pan-Asian venture capital firm with presence across North Asia, South Asia, and ASEAN. With over 1.2 billion in assets under management, we support entrepreneurs from early to growth stages with a deep focus on emerging and underserved markets. This is our second year working with EWC, and we are proud to co-host EWC's first regional competition in Southeast Asia. As you may have guessed, the competition's theme this year is sustainability, and we have chosen startups that have demonstrated a meaningful and measurable approach to advance sustainable development from across the region. Through our competition format, 16 startups from Thailand, Singapore, Vietnam, and Indonesia have been branched into 3 distinctive industries to qualify for the final round of the competition. Today, we'll be going through the Biosphere Qualifiers, which consists of startups under climate tech, energy, circular economy, ag tech, and food tech. Only 2 startups will make it through the qualifying round today and into the competition finals on the 6th of August. The winner of our competition will move on to EWC Global 100 stage and win $100,000 in in-kind prizes sponsored by EWC Global. So without further ado, let's get started. First off, I'd like to introduce our panel of esteemed judges. We have Tony Verb, a founder of Greater Bay Ventures. We have Ingo Pool, founding partner of South Pole Group. And we also have Eriko Suzuki, managing director of Empower Partners. The session will last for about 90 minutes, with each startup having 5 minutes to pitch, followed by a 5 minutes Q&A. Our judges would then decide on 2 winners to go through to the finals at the end of the session. So please make sure you stick around to the end. I'd like to invite our first contestant, Jasberry from Thailand. Please take it away.
Thank you very much. Since I didn't have a chance to test my screen yet, let me just do it now and see if it works. Can you see my screen?
Yep.
Okay. So I can start now, right?
Yep.
Okay. Sawasdee krap. Imagine if there's a crop that could take millions of farmers out of poverty. Imagine if that very same crop has the power to transform the health of consumers worldwide. Imagine if we have a staple food that is not only delicious, but nutritious. This little grain of rice has the power to change the world. Jasmine rice is a new variety of rice with 7 times higher antioxidant than kale, 4 times higher antioxidant than quinoa, and over 40 times higher antioxidant than brown rice. It is simply the world's first superfood rice. Over 6 years ago, I realized that Thailand was the world's #1 rice exporter, but our farmers are among the poorest in the world, earning just 40 cents per day. A year into my journey, I met Poman. Poman is your typical 72-year-old Thai farmer who works tirelessly days and nights for his entire life. And despite that, over the last 10 years, his debt has tripled. This is affecting over 17 million people in Thailand, or 25% of the country. So I took the liberty to go inside their home to learn about their life. I spent 1 year with these farmers in their home, on the field, to design a business model that would combine profit and purpose. So at Biosphere, we created a full stack business model with two key cooperatives. The first one is the Organic Growers Cooperative, which focuses on growing the rice as efficiently as possible under an internationally certified organic certification. The second cooperative focuses on processing and the packing. With this system, a fully integrated system, we've been able to increase the yield of the farmers by almost 60% year on year, reduce the cost by about 24%, and we've been able to guarantee a purchase price of 200% higher than the market. So when we launched Biosphere Rice, we launched it in arguably the world's most competitive rice market, which is Thailand. And we did that with great success, breaking even within the first 2 years. But we realized that the key market is really the Western market or the global market. So we started developing products from Biosphere Rice that are gluten-free, organic, superfood, healthy, and delicious, such as the gluten-free superfood pasta, ready-to-eat, Biosphere rice and flour, and so forth. And with this in mind, our goal is to make superfood accessible and affordable for everyday life for people around the world. We started 2 years ago exporting our products. We are now available in 9 countries around the world, including the USA and Germany. We have done this with close to $0 in marketing budget. It has been all through a word of mouth, through our consumers all over the world who share their love for the delicious, earthly texture of Biosphere rice, but also the story that we empower the farmer and the communities around the world. With our business and social impact hand in hand, we believe in aligning profit with purpose. And we are now on the stage of scaling where funding is needed, especially in North America. Given that in mind, as we grow, the number of farmer households we work with also increases exponentially. Starting with just 25 families, we are now working with 2,500 families in the northeastern part of Thailand, affecting approximately 12,000 lives. We have been included as Thailand's only B Corp certified company, and we have been included in the B Corp Best for the World list, which means that we're in the top 5% of all B Corp worldwide with transparency in social and environmental impact. And we're in the process of partnering with Unilever for the scaling up phase. Our social impact has been independently audited by WIS Foundation from Singapore, and they have found that our social return on investment is 4.3 times, which means that for every $1 you put into our company, the farmers earn $4.3. So at the beginning, when I said that the farmers earn just 40 cents per day, through working with us in this project, they've been able to increase their income by 14 times to almost $6 per day. But when we talk about impact, I want you to meet Mama. She's one of my favorite farmers. I met her several years ago. When she first joined the project, she had 6 acres of land. She used chemicals in her farm, and she had $10,000 of debt. Within 3 years, she paid off all her debt. Her land is now certified organic, and she's more than double her land holding. But most importantly, her 3 children who were working in a factory near Bangkok are now back at the farm working with her, because for the first time, they have a future, a bright future. So
we've hit the 5-minute mark.
Sure. Perfect. Thank you. And for me, I want you to join us in creating the future of food. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Now we're going to leave to the judges Q&A.
I have a question. Is that okay? Or how does this work?
Yeah, please just go ahead and ask the question.
Got it. Got it. Thank you. So I'm Erica from Empower Partners. We do ESG mindful investing. And thank you, Peter Jai, for your presentation. It seems like a great model. I was just very curious about the Unilever collaboration. What will be really the terms? Which aspect will they be assisting you with? Yeah, I'm curious to learn. Thank you.
Thank you, Erica. The Unilever thing I've been working on for almost 2 years. Mm-hmm. As you can imagine, it's a huge organization. So right now, our plan with Unilever is twofold. One is to use jasmine rice as a specialized or branded raw ingredient in their products. So this will be included in some of their brand around the world and product development. The other part of partnership is mentorship. So we will have Unilever top management to advise us in terms of marketing strategy globally, and also assist our team in execution.
Thank you. If I could just follow up. So this jazzberry rice, it's what is your moat? Do you have this certain IP for the seedlings, or how would you compete against other similar gluten-free rice or organic rice?
Yeah, to be clear, it is a specialized local variety of rice, which was developed by scientists. It's non-GMO. It's been developed through natural crossbreeding. So no other countries on the planet has it, basically. And for us, the way we protect the IP is we trademark the name jasmine rice in over 60 countries now around the world, including Europe and United States. In terms of protecting the seed, it's almost impossible in practice. I have to be clear. So for us, the trademark and the brand is the key value here. And we protected those.
Thank you. Thank you.
I also have a question. In your projection, you have a track record now that's 5-6 years old. Now, that's been fairly stable. Now, as you go forward, what are the 2 to 3 factors that will drive the strong growth expectation compared to what you've been able to accomplish so far?
Thank you, Ingo. Actually, we just started exporting for the last 2 years. So prior to that, we've been focused primarily on the domestic market. And over the last 2 years, we've created a lot of new products, which at the beginning, we just had the rice. And now we have the gluten-free superfood pasta. We have the ready-to-eat rice, which is kind of suitable for the COVID situation. The strong growth will come primarily from the North American market. So we're currently in talks with Costco, Walmart, and so forth. So that would is something, to be fair, we have been preparing for the last 2 years, because to work with this retailer, giant retailer, we need certain food safety standard that we did not previously possess. So really the last couple of years has been getting ready for growth. So yeah, it would come mainly from the North American and the European market, and the launch of 3 new products on top of that.
Thank you for the presentation. I'm not sure whether Ingo, you would like to follow that question up. No. Okay. So this is Tony Verb from Carbonless Asia, and it's very clear that you have a well thought through strategy and a very clear impact. I'm just wondering how much you could share about the actual financials and the financial structure of your company, as well as you're suggesting a pretty significant growth, but also a pretty significant investment. Can you share, your ask or your plans on fundraising and use of proceeds?
Sure. Actually, let me just also share quickly, because I have a slide for that. So in terms of financing right now, our revenue is hovering around the $500,000 mark. And obviously with my projection within 3 years, we're looking to hit about $15 million in revenue, which is a significant growth. In terms of the financial structure of our organization, we are happy to say that we bootstrapped the whole thing. We have 0 investment from outside up until now. And the big reason for that is not because I didn't want it, but we didn't find an investor that really aligned with us. I started this company to help people, to help farmers get out of poverty. And I want to continue to make that the main focus. And if we are successful financially in the process, fantastic. If we create great products, fantastic. But it's really very important for my team and our culture. Everyone that work with us, they give 150% every day. And that's because they believe in a better future. So I can't break that culture. So yeah, but of course we are currently looking for investment, which would kick in around March next year. And the majority of the proceed will go towards international expansion, particularly the North American expansion in terms of branding. But in saying that, we're not going to throw marketing dollars. I think that the efficiency of capital is very important for us, and we have proven in the last 3 years.
We're gonna have to cut the answer a bit short, just because we ran out of time.
Sure. Right.
But thank you so much, Neil. Great presentation. Can we move on to Outpost next from Singapore?
Thank you, everyone.
Hi everyone, Sharif here, founder and CEO at Outpost, where our primary mission is to help modernize street food vendors and shape the future of micro retail. So following up on Neil's presentation, I hope I could follow through with a really awesome presentation. So once we're ready, we'll get started, yeah? Cool, I think all's good here. All right. So, as we know, everyone has got to eat, and starting a food business used to be a great way to earn cash. That's what my grandparents and my parents did many years ago. We knew of friends and neighbors who started a food business on the side to earn additional income. But today, to start a food business is increasingly difficult because seemingly you got to have a restaurant. And while restaurants are somewhat desirable, they're a really expensive exercise. And it costs upwards of $100,000 to set up one. And if you're lucky, you might see some profit in 2 to 3 years' time. If not, you might run the real risk of having a really expensive lesson. True story, I too started a full stack food delivery business and had to shut it down because of unsustainable cost structure. On the flip side of this, we've got street food vendors. They cost less than $1,000 to deploy. They're a lot more mobile, resilient, responsive to demand, and they're actually profitable to operate. But as we all know, they're not the most hygienic setup. Therefore, they run the real risk of literally being taken off the streets due to regulatory and urbanization pressure. So to me, this is a picture of this is not a picture of progress, but rather of someone losing their livelihoods. So at Outpost, our primary thesis is, what if you can have the best of both worlds? The cost effectiveness and mobility factor of street carts, plus the high fidelity operations and hygiene standards of restaurants. See, deploying one restaurant can easily deploy 100 street carts and, just as importantly, help fund 100 people to to start a micro food business and earn a decent living for themselves. So to that end, our primary mission at Outpost is to raise the economic, social, and operational standards of street food vendors and help local communities have access to affordable yet nutritious food on a daily basis. Now, in doing so, what we found out is that as we help street food vendors operate in a much more dignified and professional way on the streets, we've also enabled a framework to enable small and medium-sized brands to expand their business in a much more cost-effective way, but without compromising on their brand integrity or operational standards. Now, how do we do this? Our solution has got a full stack approach of hardware, software, and foodware. On the hardware side, we're trying to reimagine your good old street cart. We call it the Street Smart Cart. Think of it as a Tesla or street carts, but at the price point of a Toyota. Now, every one of our Street Smart Card comes with everything that you need to get started with a professional and hygienic street food business, and the price point starts at just $1,000. And for a bit more, you could have your e-bike version and even your motorbike version, which carries a bigger payload and go a further distance. And these are some of the cards that we've already deployed on the streets. But here's the best part. For our merchants to get started, it costs $0 upfront. That's right, $0 upfront, thanks in part to our microfinancing program that we've put in place. We call it Street Smart Card as a Service, or SaaS in short. So for a small monthly fee and transaction fee, we give you everything that you need to run a micro food business in a sustainable and dignified way. We then ensure that only trusted source of food gets supplied from our brand partner, Central Kitchen, and then we do a forward integration into your payments platform, food delivery platform, and even give a bespoke mobile point of sale system to manage the business digitally, which also enables new form of interaction between the consumers and the merchants. We've got a few brand partners on board, and we've got tens and others who are also in the pipeline. But we've also got a couple of social organizations who are with us, who are keen to send over 1,000 beneficiaries to help them start a micro food business and have a dignified way of earning a living for themselves. Now, how do we make money? Just to be clear, we are not in the business of selling hardware. Instead, we're in the business of helping our merchants get started and run their business in a sustainable way, and then we partake in that value creation. So we're not only offering value proposition to end consumers and the merchants, but also trying to help the local government to be able to better manage street food vendors via our digital platform. Now, the market is huge. Every day, 2.5 billion people from around the world still consume from street food vendors. In Indonesia itself, there's over 500,000 street food carts that needs to be upgraded to stay in business. Brands are looking for new forms of distribution, so there's tremendous headroom for growth. If you get our playbook right in Indonesia, there's a real possibility to expand, not just within Southeast Asia, but also in other parts of the world where street food culture is very much prevalent. So not only is the right market and is the right timing to expand, and we believe we've got the right end-to-end solution, more importantly, we've also got the right team that's a blend of youth and experience. So Adri runs a local workshop. He's built hundreds of these wooden carts. I'm helping him build the IoT version of it. Ari runs a local food business, so he knows on-the-ground operations. And as you've heard, my family and I has got generations of experience in running food businesses. I used to run a mobile development studio, so I've got some of our digital natives helping us build a digital version of our product. So we're looking to raise $500,000 on a note. And I'm happy to say that we've already fully subscribed for this round, but we're open to further subscription. With this, we're looking to deploy about 100 street carts, which should generate us about $1 million in GMV. So join us, not only in empowering street food vendors, but in shaping the future of micro retail. Once again, my name is Sharif, and we're from Outpost, your outdoor point of sale network. Thank you very much.
Wow, that was 5 minutes on the dot. Congrats.
Thanks, man.
Can we move to the judges' questions, please?
Sure, I'd love to perhaps kick off the questions. So your model is you help the street food carts with some centralization, central kitchen, and you said due to quality control. How would you do that specifically? If you could share that.
Sure. Thanks, Eriko. That's a good question. And I know it's quite a fair bit that I've covered earlier, but just to help put things into context, this is how our what we call an equitable ecosystem works, right? So like I mentioned earlier, our initial goal is to help digitalize street food vendors and also help aspiring food business owners get started by providing the hardware, software, and so on and so forth. But we realize is that there's hundreds, if not thousands, of micro brand partners out there who already have got decent SOPs, brand recognition, recipe, and so on. But they're facing difficulties in expanding. So this is where we come in. We help bring in the leads of potential street food franchisees. We help come up with the what we call merchant success management. So we help do the digital marketing and onboarding and so on and so forth. And then we also help level up our brand partners' franchise program and systems, right? We've got an advisor who's a franchise expert. So we do all that we can to help the brand partners and our mitras, which is Bahasa word for franchisees, be more successful. So that's how we control the quality of the food, by making sure that we work with reputable brand partners already. Yeah, I hope that answers the question.
Okay, thank you.
I have two questions.
Sure.
One is, how far are you in your proof of concept? And do you have some underlying financials, or is it largely kind of like a startup with based on projections? And then the second one is, how COVID-proof is a business model in the light of kind of like shutdown infections compared to other food service providers and restaurants?
Sure. Thank you so much for that question. So I'll just have this play in the background with no music or whatever it is. But point is, I'm just trying to prove that we've actually launched our concept. So it's not just a figment of my imagination, although at one point it was. So we've deployed a few street smart cards. We've got roughly about 12 to 15 cards that's already been built and or deployed. We've also got a couple of franchisees that we've already onboarded to get started, right? So the business is very much tangible for us right now. Having said that, during the COVID period, we've put through a whole lot of learnings. For example, yes, COVID actually impacts a lot of these street food vendors. In fact, at one point we thought the business was completely, down the dumps, right? Because our merchants and us, we need to be by the side of the streets to sell. But what we found out is that the resilience of the street food vendors really shown during the COVID period, especially during the lockdowns. Within a week of the lockdown, most street food vendors were back on the streets, if not by choice, by circumstance, right? But what we've realized is that their sales have definitely been taken a hit. So what we do is we help transition our merchants into online food delivery platforms, and we manage their marketing for them. This is then able to not only replace the business that they lost from takeaways, like what you saw earlier, but also increase some of their sales and to do better than they were before, right? So definitely COVID has tested us. We have some revenue. We've been around for about a year-ish, and honestly, we've only started relaunch our operations proper a few months back. So revenue and GMV is quite negligible, but we've seen really exciting, encouraging data points to keep going. One of which is, for example, we've got over 1,000 folks who applied who wants to be a franchisee, right? This is in addition to what the social organizations have sent our way. So there's definitely demand. The challenge is how do we make it sustainable and practical for franchisees to and brand partners to grow moving forward.
Kuntup, do I still have one question?
Yeah, we have time for one quick question.
Just a very quick one, Sheriff. Thank you for the presentation. Great concept, and congratulations for the traction. What have been the more negative type feedback that you received, and where do you see your major challenge to scale?
Sure. That's a great question. Someone once said, for you to know what you want to do, you gotta know also what not to do, right? So the typical pushback that we get is hardware. I mean, hardware is a pain in the bum. We know about it, and we're going through that at the moment. But having said that, we see our Street Smart Card as a proprietary channel to enable commerce, and that might be our mode at some point of time, right? Having said that as well, we've learned to be, while we are firm in terms of our mission in modernizing and enabling micro entrepreneurs, but we are nimble with our way of doing things, right? So we've actually accelerated the possibility of working with virtual kitchens as well, so sort of like not be 100% reliable on the hardware component. So those are some of the negatives, right? Like hardware is just a bit of an issue. There's obviously a few others. Challenges of COVID, like I said earlier, is very real.
We're unfortunately gonna have to stick to that last
Good point
answer.
to leave on that. Yeah, but thank you so much, everyone, for your questions. Really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. So next up, we have WeBike from Vietnam.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much for choosing us to this round of EWC. Today, we would like to introduce about one project, a green energy transportation solution. First, I want to show off some of our products so you can see what we're gonna show to the market and our real customer. The problem we want to solve, the first one is the global serious air pollution, which have been killing millions of people over the world, much more than COVID-19 ever will. And the second one is the lack of physical activity in more than 80% of adolescents over the world, according to World Health Organization. This will lead to 30% increased risk of death in those people compared to the people who are healthy and have sufficiently activity. The solution we want to bring to user is our ecosystem. WeBike ecosystem, including the electric power assisted bike, the WeBike kit, WeCoffee, and WeBike app. First one, I want to mention about the flagship products is this WeBike electric power assisted bike. The special thing about this bike is due to green energy, which we are owning the combined energy have to self-control the production of the battery, lithium battery. And also we already passed the national technical regulation for batteries for e-bike, which is equivalent to EU standard. And the second one is this 3-in-1 cycling mode. You can pedal only, which delivers the closest experience to a bike, encouraging user to do physical activity to strengthen health. WeBike is also a down-to-earth, a practical solution for healthy lifestyle, not requiring much investment in facility, not depending much on legislation, not much money and opportunity cost to changing behavior. And important, you can see that with this bicycle, you can pedal like normal one. You can use electricity when you are tired, or you can speed up when you want to speed to go quicker. And this especially suitable for Asia. It's easy to adjust the speed and also can have people to go over traffic congestion, which is serious in our countries. Our three main competitive advantages, as I mentioned before. The first, WeBike is the sporty e-bike, which deliver the closest experience to a normal bike and encourage people to do exercise. But the second one is a down-to-earth solution in that, doesn't require much investment. And healthy lifestyle is on trending over the world. Users don't have to sacrifice their precious time for exercising, but they can handle both at the same time, transforming tiring journey into interesting time to enjoy the life. And we, last but not least, we by also offering the most competitive price at the same quality as imported product in Vietnam from China. And you can see on the screen, this is the price comparison of the model, e-bike model have the same specification from Xiaomi and Home Shoe in Vietnam. And also on the screen, you see one feedback of our customer. She's a strategic manager in the big bank in Vietnam, and she's covered the cost to travel to the bank by taxi, but she rides WeBike every day. Besides, we have WeBike Kit. We can convert any normal bike into electric bicycle very easily in just 15 minutes. We also building our ecosystem with WeCoffee, which are playing the role as the community place, service center, and culture space for bikers. WeBike app will be the one we want to connect bikers, offering added value for WeBikers and complete our service. Our market size, as you can see on the screen, in Vietnam only, we have 17 million two-wheelers in 2025, according to McKinsey. And in the world market, we can conquer in the futures, which with a market size value 10.9 billion US dollar. And from now to 2030, we expect to serve 2 million e-bike. And next, I want to hand over to my colleague. She will present about business model.
Co-founder and CEO of WeBike. Can you hear me? Yeah. Our business model focuses on manufacturing electric e-bike and WeBike Kit made in Vietnam, currently accounting for 85% of total revenue. Meanwhile, we also develop an ecosystem around cycling demand to help us connect and understand and use better than the others.
Unfortunately, we've run out of time on the pitch. So if we could go to the judges' comments, maybe you can finish your presentation by answering some of the questions.
Yeah, thank you. Okay. We start with the Vietnamese market first, then export our product in the near future when the factory meet the quality standard certificate of European market. Initially, we focus on the largest modern trade retailer in Vietnam and large corporation in Vietnam who needs to buy product for promotion and CSR program. In addition, we take care of customer with WeCoffee store and mobile ecosystem. And our marketing strategy is to focus on community marketing, developing e-bike ecosystem, and experience marketing, And now we finished our distributor channel and our supplier in Vietnam. Almost spare part of our product is made in Vietnam by Vietnamese people, and we got many interest traction in Q2 of 2021. The first is we submitted patent application and we got certified nationwide technical regulation for our battery, and we done our ecosystem, and last but not least is we got an offer from Shark Tank Vietnam and 10 times higher amount condition in May 2021, and so it helped us to grow that is 258%. Q2 Q1 2021. Thank you, and I am waiting for your question.
So maybe this time I go first.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm a very big fan of e-bikes, but also aware of some of the operational problems. First question is on the equipment and the components, like the motors, for example, and the batteries. Can you tell me, are you working kind of like with like quality suppliers, or are you making even the components yourself versus assembly? And on the actual operation, I know that to get it right, to create a smooth and safe riding experience, a lot of experience is needed and a lot of iteration before it works. So what has been your approach to that, making sure that the riding experience is good and safe? How many kilometers and hours of riding have you logged using your bikes and the bikes that have a kit converted bikes?
You're on mute.
Do you mind if I just piggyback on that question and just add something that is related in terms of the experience of the team and the background of the team? If you can add to that answer, it would be great. Thank you.
In her background, I will answer the first one. Mr. Igor asked about our way to produce our product. We own our technology, design, and we own some important part with the high technology in our product as a lithium battery, and in the future is a motor produced in Vietnam. And another spare part. We work with OEM in Vietnamese manufacturer in Vietnam, and then and now we are working closely with some abroad retailer, and they want to come in Vietnam to audit our manufacturer with lithium battery, and our partner who OEM our bicycle frame. But because of COVID, they cannot come to visit us, and so we are waiting. One of them is direct, buy it direct from UK. Do you know buy direct group from UK? A big retailer who sell our product direct to consumer in Euro.
Yep. Unfortunately, we've run out of time. But thank you so much, WeBike.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Next up, we have EcoPlast from Indonesia.
I can't hear you. Please.
We've run out of time for WeBike, unfortunately. So thank you so much for your presentation. We're gonna have to move on to our next contestant, EcoPlast ID from Indonesia.
Do you see my screen, right?
We're still waiting for it to go from black. I'm not sure. Is anyone else seeing a black screen at the moment? Okay, perfect. Here we go.
I'm sorry. I'm stuck now.
Yep.
Hello. Hello, everyone. My name. Let me introduce myself. My name is Dobra Putra from EcoPlus ID. I'm sorry. The problem of plastic waste is becoming an important issue today. Now there are 275 billion tons of plastic waste. And The problem of plastic waste is becoming an important issue today. Now there were 205 million tons of plastic waste produced worldwide. This problem arises the use of plastic material that are not environmentally friendly. It takes about 1,000 until 10,000 to
Hello? Gabriel? Gabriel, are you there? Okay, so I think for now we'll come back to Gabriel. Maybe towards the end of the competition, he'll have another chance to pitch. But we'll move on to our next contestant while we wait. We have Green Joy from Indonesia. No, we have Green Joy from Vietnam.
Yes.
Sorry.
Hello, can you see my screenshot now?
Yes.
Okay. Hi everybody, I'm Nguyen Võ, founder and CEO of Greenjoy. Before I start my pitch, I would like to share with you a short video clip that's really moved my heart, and I think everybody will have the same feeling with me. There's an object stuck inside a sea turtle. Can you imagine? Yeah, this is a plastic straw. It makes our life easier and comfortable. But what will happen after we use the straw? The plastic straw is the top 10 find in the ocean just, and every year, 1 million of seabirds, thousands of marine life, and countless fish are die from ingesting of the plastic waste. And sooner or later, the microplastics will be in our daily meal as well. It's time for us to say no to plastic straw. At Greenjoy, we have the solution from the nature, the Labironia grass, which is the best alternative to plastic straw. We find the solution from the nature. The Labironia grass already exists in Vietnam 100 years ago. The farmer used to do the handmade craft. Now we can use this material to do the innovative product. This is the natural grass straw. The straw is biodegradable and the environment. To reduce the plastic waste and pollution is also a good for local people make that and more is have and our main product is a straw. Besides that, we also develop other utensils that can replace the single-use plastic. This is an enormous market opportunity for the grass straw. Before the single-use plastic is already banned in some countries, in the Europe, US, and Asia. In the US alone, 500 million of the straw were used by day, or even in the Europe, that's a 23.5 billion of the plastic straw were used by year. And based on this, we can get the TAM of 8.4 billion, and Greenjoy want to achieve the SOM of $40 million in the next 3 years. And the very such high demand that is larger 30 times than our current capacity. So that's why we are now seeking funding to scale up our project. So how can we earn revenue? We can sell directly to the B2B hotel, restaurants, and the coffee in 10%, and 90% we sell to the wholesale and distributor for export overseas. We communicate with the customer via the offline channel through our distributor, the hotel, restaurant, and coffee. And from the online, this is the website, the email, the Facebook, and the e-commerce platform. So what Greenjoy achieved so far, we established 2 years ago, but now our product is already available in 30 countries in the Europe, US, and Asia. We can sell more than 700 of B2B hotel customer in Vietnam, and we sold 35 million of the store. Some of our big customers like Intercontinental, ZV Marriott, or Hyundai Green Food. Compared to other alternatives to the plastic straw, that's the paper, the rice, and the bamboo straw, our grass straw has a lot of benefits. The first one, this is a particular grass just grows only in Vietnam. The grass have long durations in liquid in 24 hours compared to the paper and rice straw just only 1 hour. The grass have a good customer feeling, and furthermore, we're also piloting the technology, AI, robotics, and IoTs, and on progress of register the IP. Our revenue models, we pay on the number of the store we sell from the retail to the wholesale. And after 5 years, we can sell 3 billion of the store and generating 14 million US$. Together with the benefit, our core business values is always aligned with sustainable development goals. That's a responsible consumption and production with 100% natural product. From production to disposal is 100% natural. We avoid the use of the plastic straw to keep our ocean clean. Besides that, we also create the job and local economies for the Mekong Delta region. We're now partners with the farmer to supply for the grass as well, the technology lab, university, the startup network, as well as the local community, the NGO and the government. And Greenjoy also got some of the award and recognitions for our business idea. That's it for our 5 years timeline. We start with our grass straw, then we can do the automations and the production line, expand our distribution channels and go global. We are now seeking funding and more than 50% to perform automation and scale up our project, as well as the distribution channel and the marketing as well. Our team had a passion to bring success for the Greenjoy to become a top 1 grass straw supplier in Vietnam. A healthy straw will create a healthy planet. A healthy planet turn into healthy profit. We invite you to join Greenjoy mission to replace 3 billion of the plastic straw and make our work greener and better. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We'll move on to judges' questions now.
Thank you, Augustine. Thanks. Thank you for the presentation, Goyan. I understand, this is really trying to cut the plastic, single-use plastic problem. At the same time, if I could learn more about the grass straw production farming side, would you say it's a sustainable farming practice as well? What's involved in that? What's kind of the environment for that? Is it a single crop? Is it, are there some pesticides involved? I'm just curious about the production side.
As of now, our production side is from 40% we are still in manual and 60% we are in still automation. We work and collaborate with the farmer to supply for our grass material, and this materials is already accessed in Vietnam 100 years ago. We do it to do the handmade craft. Now we can use the grass straw, so it can also not only to provide the sustainable solution to the work, but also help our farmer to increase their income. And we have the CTO, the technology that can pilot in the technology so that we can do the automation and increase our capacity to 10 times to meet such high demand from the world.
Understood. So, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Erica, you had a follow-up question?
Yes.
Okay, then my question is, you mentioned product range expansion. What are the ideas? I see that the shape of the grass and the purpose for straw use is fairly unique, no? But what other options for, what other products could be there?
Yes, we have the product, our main products is from the grass straw. Yes, and besides that, we also have another product made from the natural grass as well, because we are now just 70% to do the straw and 30% we do other handmade. That's the cup handle, the box. Oh, I kept some here. Look like we have the coaster here, the coaster to use for the F&B, and this is the cup handle. We also use for the disc, and we have the option of the grass bag, which can replace the nylon or the plastic bags as well. And we are on the way to do the R&D to do from the grass fiber, so that we can develop the combo for take away and sell to the F&B operator, and have that in the near futures we can get such high demand from the other product as well.
Thank you for the presentation. Just a very quick question. How big is your team right now, and what are the key hires that you're planning to do over the coming year, let's say, after your fundraise?
Yes, we are now seeking the funding, and 50% we will perform the automation and scale up our production line, because now we still have some step in the manual, and we have to build the big machine, the automation, and piloting the AI. So this needs a big amount, and besides that, we also use 50% to blend or secure our grass material, and then more than 24% if we do the marketing brand exposure, and the next one is we register the IP and R&D to enlarge more product from the grass. This is the cup, the box, or the spoon that can replace on single-use plastic.
Thank you. And how many people do you have in the team?
Now I'm founder and CEO. I had two case members for the business development and the CTO. And we also have around 15 people in our productions.
Do the judges have any more questions?
I can if we have time.
Yeah, we have one more time. Oh, time for one more question.
One more time. One question, one more time. So my question would be, when it comes to business development, where are the low-hanging fruit? Because you mentioned a couple of key partners. I saw Marriott and hotels and distributors. Like, how are you planning to make your big next contracts happen over the coming year once the organization has developed?
Yes, as of now, our business strategies is from our website and the Google and the social media. The customer, more than 90%, they are brought to us, and then they get the sample, and after that, they receive the order. They see that this is a sustainable solution, and this is the trendy for the new future, especially for the US and Europe, Asia. It's already banned the single-use plastic. So the distributor, the customer, they have to find the alternate solution. And as of now, our grass materials is the more competitive advantage compared to other, look like the paper, the pasta, the rice, or the bamboo straw.
Okay, that was about the time that we have left for the Q&A. Thank you so much, Greenjoy. Next up, we have Aleri from Indonesia.
Yeah, I'm going to try to share my screen first. Can you see the slide?
Can.
Yeah. I think I can start now.
Yep, you may start now.
All right. Greeting judges and everyone. I'm Azmi, co-founder of Aleri, Print the Future. We are a startup based in Bandung, Indonesia. We believe the future consumption of furniture and home decor should come from sustainable material and should spark an emotional attachment to everyone. Our journey began during COVID-19, when we see more single-use plastic, leaving more plastic waste. And up to just 2015, globally there are 6.3 billion ton plastic waste, and only 9% has been recycled. There are many untapped opportunities of this for recycling. Moreover, many of the recycled products result in low-value product. On the other side, based on Harvard Business Review, there are intention action gap for those who want to buy eco-friendly product. Because from the 65% who want to buy eco-friendly product, only 26% actually buy the product. So there's a gap. There are several reasons, like higher price, low quantity product, or quite dull appearance. So we need to address this gap by giving people more than just eco-friendly product. And since we are very passionate, our team very passionate about 3D print, we built a very massive 3D printer. So the printer uses plastic waste granule as materials to print the furniture and home decor, especially for PET and PP materials. The size of the printer is bigger than me, so it could print many variety of furnitures. Using Aleri 3D printer, we could bring eco-friendly furniture and home decor, which enable more personalized, unique, and artistic furniture that previously impossible to manufacture, such as this chair, bench, shelf, and many more things that everyone can imagine. Thus, closing the excellent intention gap in consuming eco-friendly product. Since the product is personalized, we want to leverage everyone's creativity beyond what's possible by creating a platform. A platform that connects creative designers to publish their furniture and home decor product to our marketplace without the hassle of handling the production and stock. No upfront cost. This way, customer could choose a wide variety of personalized furniture and home decor. And also to enhance the customer experience, our platform has an AR through to scale 3D preview feature that customer could use to make sure the product fits. This is the summary of Alery ecosystem. It starts from the designer who send their design to Alery platform. Then customer purchase one of the product in the marketplace. Then the Alery production receives the order and start manufacture the product using Alery 3D printer with the plastic waste stock that we have sources from our suppliers. Then pack and ship the product back to the customer. Our target is mainly those who care about eco lifestyle and those who tend to consume personalized product online, which are usually urban people and the age group of 18 to 40 years old. We target an emerging market with a TAM of a global eco-friendly market, which is $35.2 billion, and SAM in Indonesia currently about 270 million USD. And we have a goal to acquire 10% of the market share, about 27 billion USD in 3 years after our launch. Because it's an emerging market, it has a high growth, about 8% of CAGR. Our competitors mainly consist of big brands who launch eco-friendly product, but we are better in terms of personalized and green offer. Another competitor might be custom-made furniture, but we are better in terms of lead time and wide variety of choices. Another indirect competitor perhaps from furniture e-commerce like Febelio in Indonesia, but we target different segments. So far, we have validated the market by seeing big furniture brand release more eco-friendly product. Another validation comes from another 3D print venture in Belgium, Colossus. They have proven that the market is willing to buy similar products. Last validation comes from our engagement with designers and our target market in Indonesia, which shows interest in our model, and several people have signed up to become our early adopters. This is our business model. We charge based on the transactions. So the one who decides the price is the designer. From the price, we actually calculate the production price based on the material and volume of the product. So we charge the production price, which is 10% the margin of the production cost. And also we cut 10% of the price that is set in the marketplace. This is our attractions. Currently, we are in prototyping and fundraising phase while collecting early adopters for our designers and consumers. As you can see in the picture, this is the structure of our 3D print. And
unfortunately, we've run out of time.
Yes. Okay.
We'll move on to judges Q&A, and then perhaps you can answer some of the questions they may have. That finishes. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, I can go first. Can you explain the process of turning the plastic waste that you receive into the material that your printer processes? And related is, can you take a piece of furniture that you have printed and turn it back into raw material, like recycle your own furniture?
Yeah. Actually, the process is we take the plastic waste and then we cut it to the granule plastic. So currently we don't have the machine, so we source directly the plastic granules. But we have our model is also trying to have a 100 circular model, which is if buyer has our product, they can send it back to us, and we try to recycle it again.
You said try to. Are you adding anything to the plastic waste before you can print the material, or are you using 100% just the plastic that you're receiving? And therefore, is the material that is in your furniture the same material as the waste that you are receiving, like for this circular model to work?
For most of the furniture, it's not 100% like PET or PP plastics. Usually we mix it with another accessories, perhaps like maybe like PLA. We also use recycled PLA from another 3D print process. So we combine those materials, and every product that lists have certain compositions of the materials.
Enrico, were you about to go first?
Yes. Oh, sorry. Thank you. For the pricing, I was wondering, with the reused, plastic, would the items come out usually more expensive than if I were to buy a chair, a plastic chair, or if I were to buy plastic, whatever I'm making? Would there be a premium to your model because it has an extra processor?
Yeah. The price is actually like middle to high. So if we compare to another brand like IKEA, perhaps it's higher, more expensive, but it's not quite far, not the high end price.
And that is because of mainly I understand the inputs of production can be quite cheap. So it could be lowered at scale, or would you always want to make it a premium?
As the demand grows, the production would be cheaper. But we want to maintain because we provide personalization, so we give the choice to the designers. So perhaps some designers is very expensive, some designers have middle price. So that's based on the designers.
Okay, thank you.
How are you planning to market your platform?
Currently, we only engage with early adopters, so we tend to address people who's really conscious of eco-friendly products. Those who really want to buy eco-friendly product tends to have the intention, but they don't actually buy it because not many choices available. So we target those people in community first. Like right now, we try to engage with people from communities to be our early adopters.
Okay, that was our last question. Thank you so much, Aleri.
Yeah.
And now we'll go back to EcoPlast ID. If you can share your screen again. Thank you very much. Is EcoPlast there?
I'm afraid if EcoPlus is not here. I'm trying to call him via WhatsApp, but still no answer. So I think he got a problem with the connection.
I see. We'll give it 30 seconds to another minute. If he doesn't respond, we'll have to move on to judge's decision or judging position.
Is there presentation available? Could that be shared maybe via email or a document share?
Yeah. We can send it to you.
Yeah, okay. The reader can maybe base a judgment just on the presentation if they're not able to make a presentation.
Sure.
On the slide deck, I mean. Yeah.
It's a great idea, Ingo.
Yep, I can share it in the breakout room. EcoPlus, are you there?
Actually, we do have recorded video. Perhaps we could play that of his speech.
That's great too.
Okay.
Yep, let's do that.
Let me just find that video.
Okay.
Do you see my screen?
Yes.
Hello, the judges. I am Gabriel Putra from EcoPlus ID. The problem of plastic waste is becoming an important issue today. Now there were 275 tons of plastic waste produced worldwide. This problem arises from the use of plastic material are not environmentally friendly. It takes about 1,000 until 10,000 years to be degraded. Therefore, we developed Biosphere and EcoFoam, which is a bioplastic from agri-industry waste, such as oil empty plant branches and cassava fuel waste. And these are products for shopping bag and substitutes for styrofoam. These experiments that prove that our bioplastic products are biodegradable when exposed to sun with certain media for several days. Our products are perfectly degraded compared to conventional plastic, which have not changed at all. In addition, our products are compostable when in the media soil can be degraded for less than 6 months and doesn't pollute the soil. From the market itself, the projected market value of the world bioplastic industry is around 65.6 billion USD in 2022, according to European Plastic. And some countries, especially Indonesia, has banned the use of plastic that is not environmentally friendly. This is our opportunity with a huge market. Now we distribute our product to retail, restaurant, and coffee shop. Then we also export to foreign countries such as Qatar, Canada, and the Philippines. There are some our clients. We believe that our products are more sustainable and affordable than our competitor because we use raw material for underutilized waste. There are quite a lot of them in Indonesia and not put materials such as bioplastic from corn and cassava. And then our product have high tensile strength with max capacity about 5 until 7 kilograms. Let me introduce my team. I myself major in chemistry, while my CMO student majoring in management, as well as in the R&D. There is my friend from physics engineer major. Now we raise funding is around 1 billion USD for develop our product, commercialization, for mass production and branding. We start the EcoPlus since the end of 2019 and 2020. There are already a prototype and a patent registration. We got funding from the government Indonesia and Netherlands. This year we focus on a seeking fund for the commercialization and are now targeting customer acquisition. By 2022, we hope that our bioplastic product will be ready for mass production. Last but not least, at EcoPlus, we have dream. We have the any future through our innovation. We hope that it can be a solution to current plastic waste problem as an alternative solution to plastic material. That's it all, and thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Mas Gabriel. Okay, now welcome.
Hello?
Yep, that's the end of his speech.
Okay, cool. So thank you to all the startups and our judges as well. Now our judges is going to take 15 minutes to deliberate and select 2 winners to move on to the EWC regional finals. Please use this time to stretch your legs, get some water, go to the bathroom. We'll be back in 15 minutes.
Yeah, we would like to invite all judges to move to the judges room. Thank you.
We'll be moving you shortly. Just let me.
Are you inviting us?
Yes.
Thank
We're moving you manually. Yes.
Okay, perfect. Thank you for that. So our judges have come to their decision, and it also brings us to the end of today's competition. We'd also like, before we release our selection of our qualifiers, we would like to thank all the amazing startups and judges for being here today. Our winners for the EWC Southeast Asia Biosphere qualifiers are Outpost and Jazzberry. So thank you for everyone else. Yeah, congratulations on Outpost and Jazzberry.
Thanks, everyone.
And yeah, like to conclude today's competition, we'd like to thank everyone again. Please join us for the Inclusive Society qualifiers tomorrow, Growing Economy qualifiers on Wednesday, and the competition finals on Friday. They're all kicking off from 2 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. Indo-China time. I will send a link of the registrations into the comments now. And if you have any questions about the competition or you want to know more, you can follow us on Facebook through EWC ASEAN, GoGen Thailand, and Gobi Partners.
Thank you.
Thank you everyone again for joining us for our first round, and we hope to see you again tomorrow.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Good luck to all the teams, and thank you for sharing.
Thank you. Well done. It was a tough call.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Congratulations.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.